$2.50 special today, and we are helping you save money. So Randy is back now. So you were going to show us how to make dinner at home for a fraction of what you'd pay at a restaurant. And I know that some people are big believers in that just eat at home.
Just eat at home.
Just eat at home. It's a lot, and you know what's in it. It's a lot cheaper, but you're really going to break it down for us.
I love going out for dinner.
Me too.
And I like the service, and there's a cost associated with that.
There is.
But the thing that it's all this dialing it in now. You know, the phone, you dial it up, and they bring you the food. And you do it because you're hungry. You're like, I'm so hungry. But then you get it, and you're like...
It's expensive,
And then you're like... That wasn't that good, right? Because it was in somebody's back seat for 25 minutes on the way over here, and then you open it up, you're like, this isn't that great, right? So if you could do something quick at home and kind of get it going, then we can do a cost analysis on it. We can kind of take a look at it.
Okay, let's do that.
So I'm going to make a little sausage, a chili sausage rapini pasta.
Okay.
Right? And it's really simple. You take your sausages that you get from the grocery store, and you just kind of take the casing off, and in a hot pan, you kind of rip it up. And the secret is kind of tear it into little bundles, because we're in a hurry every time you get home from work.
Yeah.
You know, the kids are hungry, everyone's hungry, so
everyone's cranky. And it's the difference between using that time to dial up and wait for it to get there in an hour.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
This in an hour.
I'm glad you brought that up. You could have this actually, like, you could be eating and almost doing the dishes by the time the car arrives. Yeah. Right? You really can. Because the worst thing is when you got the hangries going on, the hungry angries, and then you see the car and it's like, where's he going, man? Like, what's going on here? No, we're this way. Come on, right? So the smaller you break down the sausages, the faster it's going to cook. And what you want to do is, you actually don't want to add any fat to the pan. I can't believe I just said that. I know. You don't want to, the sausages have enough fat, right? Okay. And then so as you see, they're starting to cook out a little bit. We're just going to add a little bit of garlic, right? My favorite things, some shallots, and then some spicy chilies. Nice. Right? Kitchen's already smelling good. The kids are calming down. It's coming. Everyone's good. Everyone's starting to come around. Maybe open up a bottle of wine, right? And then in goes some rapini. Right? So we're just going to let that kind of cook down a little bit. And in the meantime, I'll show you what else I made. So I've got this gorgeous green salad with some cucumbers, apples, a little bit of peanut, a little bit of expensive olive oil, salt, pepper, lemon. Right. We've got our finished pasta here. Yes. We've got a nice bottle of wine. Yes. Now here's the other thing. You want to talk about restaurant wine? I think we should talk about the wine in restaurants, because that's kind of what kills you. Well, it depends on what you drink, Trace. It depends on what you drink. But all I'm saying is you can often buy a glass of wine for the same price that you would pay for a bottle of wine had you gone to the liquor store. 2.5 times is kind of standard. Yes. Sometimes you see 3. But so you'd have a nicer bottle of wine at home. Like you pay $17 or $15 for a bottle of wine, and you're kind of cherishing it. You're kind of like, oh, this is really nice. Yeah. And it's not costing you $45. That's right. Right? Yeah. So maybe you want to have 2. Yeah, maybe. Mathematically speaking, you could have 3. You have nowhere to drive. The same cost. I'm not saying you have nowhere to drive. You'd be good to go, right? I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of beef stock now that everything's kind of cooked off. And everything here, I mean, these are not the fanciest of ingredients. This is stuff you will have in your fridge. Right? You know, the pasta you'll have in your pantry. You always have the pasta to the sauce. Always have, well, that's just it. There's not that much sauce. We're just putting the beef stock in, right? And then the kind of fat from the sausage, the rapini, and we're just going to bring that down, and you know what we're going to hit it with, right? A little bit of cheese. A little bit of the pecorino is going to go in there now. A little bit of heat coming off there, isn't it, Trace? And then a touch of acidity, so a little bit of lemon. So once that reduces down, then we're going to be good to plate it, okay? But honestly speaking, that took like in real time. 3.5 minutes, right? So no big problems there. They'll be ready to go in another minute. So, you want to see the comparison? You're out at the restaurant. Yeah. This is a nice restaurant, okay? So let's put that down. It's fancy. It's kind of fancy. All right. So a couple pastas is going to cost you $50. Yep. A couple of salads is going to cost you $26. That nice bottle of wine, 42 bones. 42 bucks. I don't think that's overly expensive. You see, you know, it was $15. Yeah, well, that's kind of what goes on. Right. Okay. 2 sweets, $22. Yeah. And this is where they get you, the water. 2 sweets, the desserts. Is that what you mean? The desserts, yes. Oh, the water. The water. I know, when they come around, depending on what city you live in, I'm like, you know what? I want good old-fashioned municipality water. Take it out of the tap. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Fine. I used to drink out of the hose. I'm still here. Right? I didn't say that to the waiter. I'm like, whatever you want, baby. I'm okay. And I get hit for $6 every time. And then you get thirsty, you drink 2, and now I'm $12 in. Right. Okay, but then let's go and compare it to what we do at home, okay? Okay. So dinner at home, what I just made for you today is only going to cost us $9 for the pasta, a couple of sausages, some pasta, no big deal. $3.75 for the salad. Wine was $15. The sweet was $6. Yep. The water is free.
comparison at the restaurant.
Wait,
we
but
dropped
this is
two
the best
bills.
thing. Well, hold on. So we didn't talk about where you really kind of get it at the restaurant.
Where?
Is the tax and the tip.
Yeah.
So we go from 142, bang, tax and tip, up to 185.
Yeah.
Oh, it better be a good date.
You're really
I really like this person. Yeah. And then at home, you're $33 because your water's free.
It's free, and there's no tax and tip unless you want to tip your kids for doing the serving.
And I mean, let's be honest. Like, whoa, there's an idea. I'd like to tip the kids to do the dishes.
Yeah.
That would be the best $3 I ever spent.
Or you could just make them do it because you're the parent.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the comparison. It's about time and convenience, and it's also about having a nice night out every once in a while. But when it comes down to it, if it's just being lazy, it's better to just cook at home.
Cook at home.
Good work. We're putting that recipe on the website, cityline.tv. Thank you, Randy.
No problem. Thank you.